Okay, welcome all, one and all, back to Heroes in Training. I think it's been
Woo!
over 2 months now,
It
and
has.
we are back with the tournament arc. I'm gonna kind of give a bit of a recap and maybe just kind of like list off some of these characters. Well, I'll do this. Let me give a little bit of a recap for kind of how some of the interactions in the tournament have been so far, and then I'll just read off the team placements so that way everybody's kind of remembers who is who.
Great.
Because there's just a lot of characters. So, um, okay, so last couple of sessions within the tournament arc, um, basically, you guys bullied one of the other teams, from the other.
Let's be real. Left-wing
school.
bully one of the other teams.
And it was, let me find the bottom tier list. It was Null, Laser Pointer, Statue, Blink, Bubble Boy, and Bubble Gum. All six of those guys were in the bottom tier because they basically scored 0 points, I think. All of them did because you guys just kept them from scoring anything. And Left Wing kissed Doomseer during the last phase to see if she could see the future, to see if it counted as danger for her future sight, and it did not. And that made Emoticon super angry. And then on top of that, after the phase, Emoticon and Left Wing kind of had it out. And Left Wing is basically like, honestly, just like actual bully material. And Emoticon was like, by the way, I talked with Countess and she's not training me anymore. And it's all thanks to you. So basically we have beef to settle.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, good. Whatever you have on her is gone. And he's like, I never had anything on her. I'm like, oh, yeah, sure. Whatever.
Yeah, that's basically that conversation. It's so wild. Good. So exciting. And Bastion and Thunder had a great moment where Bastion kind of he was like, hey, we have to do everything we learned in class, and I want to destroy evil, so I'm going after the big baddie. And push Thunder off above it, and she like melted through it using her moment of truth.
He said the title of the episode, "Show me what you're made of."
Yeah, that was a great moment.
Yeah. And then they had a conversation afterwards where he said everyone needs a little push, right? That was the.
That's right. Yep. Yeah. Everyone needs a little push sometimes. Yep. Yeah. And
so that got me a deeds point, right?
Yes. You can't spend deeds points in this game, though. You have to use it with Yalfon's character and Chrome Blisters. But yes, I am giving you a deeds point.
No. That is not how this works. Nice try, Connor.
As worth a try.
Heroes in Training is not in the Hellbreaker universe.
Not yet, it isn't.
Neither were any of our other games until they were. So
that's right. There you go. Yeah, just wait till you see what I have planned, kiddos. Okay, so then Palladium, his interactions, he had some good interactions with Mist where they were teaming up during the phase, and then after the phase, he asked her
exactly how she worded that stuff. I listened to the end of the episode as I realized I was running out of time and couldn't get through the whole thing.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, she had a whole thing, and I don't remember what that was, how that exactly went down.
She basically was like, you were trying to push your move into the conversation.
The one where she affirms your face or your identity.
Yeah, basically she was like, you are a hero, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to show them the hero. And so that's who you were today, basically.
She was affirming your heroic afterwards.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me bring us to that real quick, actually, too.
So she affirmed which part of my identity did she affirm? Sorry,
whichever one gives you. Sorry, I went to the wrong page.
Mundane or savior.
Yes. No. Whichever gives you an advancement, which I believe was
when you reveal your secret identity to someone who didn't know it already.
No, your team, your like team celebration move.
Yeah, the celebration one where they either affirm your face or your.
Here we go.
So I'm pretty sure it was your heroic identity is what she affirmed.
if they see you as the person wearing the mask or the person underneath, if the former, mark potential and clear a condition. If the latter, take influence over them if you reveal yourself. Yeah, so she affirmed the person wearing the mask.
Right.
But in a way that was like, you are a hero.
Yeah. Like this is how she views you was the question, right? Is how does she view you? And she sees you as the hero. She doesn't see you as John as much. Which she doesn't realize those things are very different.
She doesn't know how much
they aren't
it
in the same sense as like it is for like Spider-Man, but
yeah. And I think we talked about last time in the after show that my moment of truth is such that this is going to feed into it, right? The mask is a lie, and some piece of you has always known that. It doesn't matter if others can see it. You're the one who can do the impossible. Mask off, costume on, and you're going to save the dang day.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah.
So that feeds into that. And so basically, I remember I thought there was like a locker room map, but I don't think there is. So I'll just bring us to phase 2. How do I?
You kind of
like bring it over this way. Right?
Be kind of inappropriate to bring us to the locker room map of the locker room.
Oh yeah, right. I didn't make token images for those. So I'll go through the team placements.
Everyone's beach episode outfit.
That's right. Yeah.
Sure, that's what you meant. Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
It's the best way I can put it.
So let me pull it. I'm gonna struggle with this for a minute because we didn't have the map up right away. So Mist, Palladium. I gotta pull all these characters down.
Connor, you should tell me when you're changing maps because as a GM on the thing, I don't go along with you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's free will.
I have free will.
So
you can't tell me what to do.
That's your guys' team, right? Left wing, you are with.
Are you with the Civ map?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we went with the Civ map. Yep.
It looks like something that would be made artificially by people in a tournament thing, where it's like, here's a bunch of hexes and we're filling them in with the stuff and.
Yeah, it does.
Different phase things.
Oh, we got rid of the acid slime.
What? Oh yeah, we did. Yeah, I wasn't about that. I was just gonna make it like a sticky slime substance.
Yeah.
As like an obstacle, but I was like,
I thought it was Surge.
Huh?
Yeah, it's Surge. There you go.
Yeah.
The only 2000s reference I have.
You can't have a sticky slime zone without the beach outfits. So what's the point?
That's right. Yeah, it's a give and a take there.
Supernova was like a 2007 thing, right? Supernova. That was my favorite Mountain Dew flavor.
I know, dude. Same.
It was the best, and I'm so sad that they. I think one obscure place still has it.
I wonder if you could buy it online.
Yeah.
I mean, they're technically all for sale because
every once in a while they bring them back.
Freaks hoard them. They're all super old. I don't know why.
This Mountain Dew age like
I was right. 2007. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I remember we had them at kids camp.
Yeah, that's what I remember.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so really quick. So I'm going to read off some of the teams for you guys so that we can just kind of remember who everybody is. So
selling a $100 bottle on eBay. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
Don't tempt me, Frodo.
The main team, like the top tier team, that you guys that won, we're all on the same.
The best team.
The best team. That's right. Yeah. The best of the best was Palladium, Mist, Bastion, and Green Tiger. And Green Tiger is from the New York class or school. And then it was
not based.
What's that?
So he's not based. That's sad.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because you guys from DC are. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that's even worse.
You remember, you guys are all government agents, basically.
Right. Yeah.
No, we're the ATF.
Or sorry, no. So Left Wing's team is Left Wing, Bubblegum, Haunting Harmony, and Flutter. Oh, I pulled. No, that's not correct.
That's Thunder over there.
Yeah.
Well, you said Flutter and Haunting Harmony and Bubblegum in the chat thing. But I'll take Thunder. If you get
no, it is Thunder because you and Bubblegum are like the lowest of the low, and Haunting Harmony is also pretty low. So that was what I was going to do. No. That's not what I said at the end of the session.
Well, it's not what you sent me in the chat yesterday.
Yeah, it's not what I sent you in the chat either. So yeah, no, it isn't like that.
I'll take Thunder because she won't.
I know you would, but I think it makes way more sense to. I think
Flutter was our high scorer. I think.
Yes.
Except that if we have Bubblegum and me, then we have two of the lowest scorers. Which I was
you were low tier, not bottom tier. You did score points.
Curse my selfishness. All right.
Non-selfishness.
No, selfishness. I selfishly scored some points, and now I got stuck with people who'd scored no points because of that.
Yep. So the other teams are Emoticon. Let me ping you guys to some of these. Emoticon, Alchemist, Commandment, and Null. So Emoticon got stuck with all the New York School people. And then team 4 is Fuego. I'm trying to assemble these as I go. I was hoping to assemble these on the map prior, but Fuego, Ice Blade. Let me ping you guys to it again.
No, I'm calling that.
Focus ping.
You make me a GM, I'll move them around for you.
No.
Can you not touch them?
No, I can't move any of them.
That's silly. How do I change that?
You'd have to, I think, individually give us permission for each token. Don't worry about it.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
That's stupid.
I think you do it in the characters thing on the right. You like right click or you go into it and then you like give it permission.
Yeah, because they're tied to the character sheet, and if you don't have control of the character sheet, you can't control the token.
Right. But Caleb's a GM, so he could help you move them if he wants to.
I can, yeah, if you just tell me.
Well, he sent a list yesterday in the chat.
Yeah, you can pull that out.
Yep. Yeah, in the boys' chat.
Oh, I somehow completely missed this.
Blink DJ.
Well, to be fair, Connor was just posting maps constantly, so
that's true. I did do that.
Oh yeah, I guess it probably got buried by the maps, didn't it?
Oh, that's
did you? Yeah, there it is.
There's a summary. I didn't read it. I was planning.
Now the question is, can I remember who these people are well enough to actually help here?
Oh yeah. Well, if you tell me who you're looking for, I might be able to ping them. Maybe.
I don't actually know who still needs to be made.
Iceblade and Fuego only have 2 people in their team right now. So who's with them?
Iceblade. Where's Iceblade on this list?
Quantum Quill and Static.
Yes.
Quantum Quill is right here.
Where is Iceblade right now?
Iceblade's down here in the bottom right.
Okay.
Yeah, Iceblade and Fuego.
Static.
Quantum Quill, Static. Static is this yellow guy here.
What does Fuego look like again?
Okay. Fuego's the
he's
white guy.
He's this guy, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, he's got the white hair.
Yeah.
All
right, Shorty and Ninja guy. His name I'm forgetting.
Soulbound, Shinobi, and Pocket Arsenal, I think.
Pocket Arsenal is this guy.
Kind of just put these all in a
Shorty,
big paragraph at
Shinobi.
this point.
Yeah.
Then Laser Pointer, Soul Impact, Bioelastic, DJ.
Yeah, I don't, Laser Pointer doesn't go with these guys. I think he was naming something new. Who's the last person in Pocket Arsenal? Shorty and Ninja guy.
It's Laser Pointer.
Yeah.
Yep. Is it? I thought you were saying that in a list of different names.
Nope.
Wait, no.
Okay.
Wait. Yeah, no. Wait.
All right. Yeah, we're good.
Is Soulbound Shinobi one person?
He is. Yep, that's one person.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let me continue listing them off then. So So Fuego's team. That's what we were working on. So that's Fuego, Iceblade, Quantum Quill, and Static. And then Shorty's team is here. That's Shorty, Soulbound Shinobi, Pocket Arsenal, and Laser Pointer. And then Soul Impact was the top scorer in his group. Over here, it's Soul Impact, Bioelastic, DJ, and Blink. And Blink got 0 points. Not only because of left wing. So those some of those teams have advantages actually, because those teams scored 0 points, but they weren't bad, right? They're not like they're not like low. They're not weak.
No, that anybody's like super weak, right? Like,
well, some people are, like DJ is pretty weak, right? And
well, I mean, it depends
some people
on
that are
the
more
situation.
utility, but yeah, it depends on the situation for sure. Then Thunder's team is Thunder. Let me ping you. Thunder, Yin Yang, Reflection, and Bubble Boy. And just as a note, Yin Yang here, she is only one of these people at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Polar Shield's team right here. Polar Shield, Statue, Gelatinous, and Doomseer.
I have to say, I'm slightly disappointed that you didn't go with the lady who is a black woman turns into a white person, but it's a fake white person, an albino. It would have been hilarious and completely inappropriate to have her alternate form be a white girl.
Yeah, the ChatGPT saved me on that one.
That's what I intended, but
Chrome AI, like the AI image generator. Yeah, I was trying to be racist, but it wouldn't let me. Okay, so Team 9 is Scarlet Saber, Flameless, Crippler, and Mirage. And Scarlet Saber, she technically pronounces her name as
Sabre.
Sukareto Seba.
Oh.
So those are the teams. Let me group them up a little bit more. So with that, let's jump into the narrative in like the locker room. So you guys are all hanging out in the same space, right? I'm not going to move all these tokens around to represent the conversation, but
sure,
just so that everybody can see all the characters and how they're grouped. I wanted to do that and for everybody to remember who exists in this world, because
a little bit of a refresher.
Yep. Okay, so the last thing we got, I think, was what's her face walking into the
yes, my sister.
Yeah, your sister walking in. And so we're going to set the scene though. So
did she get like a special VIP pass? Is that what it was?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she got a special VIP pass. I'm just kind of like bring us back into the scene with some kind of different shots of like what some of the other people are doing. So we kind of get to the like locker room, right? Well, I guess this isn't the locker room. This is like the lobby room where and there's like locker rooms connected. So you guys aren't in like a co-ed locker room. You guys are like in the lobby, right? And everyone is just kind of like preparing and talking like you guys were before. Scab is going around healing people in between the phases. I wanted to make sure I noted that. Biolastic, you see him like drinking a water bottle, and then he just goes and eats the whole thing.
Awful.
And swallows it. and then we see DJ fixing his drones because Quantum Quill destroyed them during the last phase. So he's like sitting down like with like some tools, and he's trying to fix those up. And then Fuego and Green Tiger are like comparing their like transformed forms. They're like talking about it, and Green Tiger's form is like slightly bigger than Fuego's form, and so they're like. I think it'd actually be pretty funny if they like try to arm wrestle in their transformed forms while they're hanging out. I just thought I'd know.
I was imagining them standing next to a door frame, like making little pencil measurements.
Yeah, like little notches. Yeah,
chalk. Yeah.
So then we'll jump back with Palladium. So your sister walks into the room. Marty is like, don't take off your helmet. And then hey, welcome. And your sister's name is Gemma, right? Isn't that your sister's name? Yeah. So he's like, welcome, Gemma. Yeah, I'm so glad you are able to win that VIP pass. How it was from a contest, right? And I guess he's like trying to give you like some context to what's going on.
Who is this? Sorry, who is next to me saying this?
Marty. Well, he's not next to you. He came into the room and was like, Palladium, and then turned around and was like, hey, welcome, Gemma. And she's like, yeah, I won a special art contest at school. This was the prize. I'm so happy to be here. And he's like, is there anybody in particular you want to meet? And she like looks and I
look at Marty like, why would you ask the question? That's a dumb question.
She kind of like looks towards your guys' group for a long while, and then she points, and you swear it's pointing right at you. And
I'm stiff as a board right now, just like
and Marty is like, oh, you want to meet Thunder? And she's like, yeah. And you turn and look, and Thunder's like standing right behind you. and
I visibly relax.
She walks over and she's like, wow, I just thought you were such a cool hero this round. You destroyed that whole thing in one blow. I just had to meet you. And Thunder's like, oh, thanks. You remind me of my little sister.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying
you're like trying to ignore the situation. Yep.
I'm not trying to ignore it. I'm trying to blend in the background as much as I can and just be like, yep, I'm a superhero too. Don't pay attention to me.
Yep.
Go over to a bunch of monks and stand next to them and tuck your head in. And for some reason, nobody notices that you look like an assassin.
Yeah. Jump into a pile of straw.
There you go.
Yeah.
So I think the two of them just kind of like take a step towards like a step away from the group, and are just like, she's just like seems to just be like fawning over her, like she just thinks she's like the coolest hero.
For a second, I do think like, kind of annoying that she doesn't think I'm the coolest hero.
Yep. And
I mean, Thunder's cool, but I mean, I was the one who got the points of saving the world, you know.
So while that's happening, Echo comes in with crutches and kind of walks over to Iceblade. And they kind of like shake hands, and Echo seems to be like giving him like a little bit of a pep talk. And then he kind of makes his way over to you guys. And he's like, hey guys, how you doing?
Good. How's the leg?
I've seen better days.
Scab couldn't heal you up?
He did his best. There was a little too much damage for him to try and undo. And, well, his power kind of relies on the body as well. So he did the most that my body could handle. But he still helped me along. How are you guys? Feeling good about the tournament? And he kind of gives you like a wink.
Left wing
Maybe
Bastion,
not a wink. He just kind of gives you like a little nod.
Oh, well, we're winning.
Yeah. He's like,
well, most of us are winning.
I think he just is like, well, can't say I never did anything good for you, and like turns to walk away.
Well, when my initial thought was when Bastion said, well, most of us are winning, and I was like, left wing is also winning in his own little special way that he likes. he meant all this to happen.
Yeah, and just as a refresher, Echo is the one that gave you guys the like secret rules to the tournament.
Yep.
Yeah, so I think he just is like he's just paying his like his respects to you guys, but he I think maybe
we're not looking gift horses in the mouth, so I think we just nod and move on.
I think Mist maybe is like, you'd think he'd say, I don't know, like thank you or something, but I guess that's not his style. And Echo kind of walks off.
I think I say to Mist, I say, he already said thank you. And like I pat the pocket that has the paper in. Iceblade
kind of just like wanders away from you guys. I think he was maybe like lingering, and then he like goes over to maybe like his own group of people that he is on a team with. And then I think maybe I'm trying to figure out order of operations here. Yeah, I think Bastion, as you're standing there, Scarlet Saber comes up to you. The Sukureto Seba. She comes up to you, and I think she like taps you on the shoulder. She's my fourth red-haired character.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Can we do David first? My baby's trying to put blueberries in my cat's ear.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's definitely. Yeah. So David.
Yeah.
I think you kind of get pulled over to your group by Bubblegum.
Okay.
He kind of grabs you and is like, hey, we're going to talk about the next phase.
Yeah.
And I think we see like in the like big window, you see what's his name, Architect, like slowly building the next phase area. And it's you. Sorry, let me see here. It's you, Bubblegum, Flutter, and Haunting Harmony. And I think Flutter is she's like standing near one of the like doorways that go out into like the lobby or like the stadium area. She's like cracked one of the doors open and it's just kind of like hovering on her side as she's like listening to people talk. And Haunting Harmony and Willow are maybe like you like those, those like weird like hand things that like middle school girls do. They like do these like weird like
I think so.
Like not patty cake, but like these weird like hand.
Yeah, just weird hand. I know a kid who does
games or whatever. She's doing that with Willow.
Oh, I see. Okay, gotcha. Willow is Haunting Harmony.
When Willow is Haunting Harmony's sister, ghost sister.
Okay. Gosh. So as Bubblegum pulls me over, I'm like, hey, no hard feelings, right? Yeah.
She just gives you kind of like a flat stare and then turns in and is like, all right, listen up, everybody. I'm taking charge of this team. Here's the plan. I was assuming Left Wing was going to say something right away, but maybe not.
I mean, did I know whose team I was on prior to this?
Yes.
Okay.
Or maybe not. It's up to you. Whatever you think is most interesting. They might have read them off before, or maybe.
Sure.
Maybe
I think he's just like avoiding eye contact with Haunting Harmony.
Okay.
And just being like, oh, sure. Yeah, why
not? So she's like, okay, everybody, tell me what your powers can do.
She floats. She has a ghost sister, and I teleport and steal powers.
I think Flutter and Haunting Harmony were like opening up their mouths to say something, and then they just kind of do like an anime, like, yeah, that's basically like that's basically correct. And Flutter's like, technically, I have control over the wind, like all of the wind,
right? But
kind of sell me short.
So basically, we're just going to float around 100 feet in the air and steal balls, right? I think that's the plan.
Flutter gets like a wicked grin on her face, and Bubblegum is like, "You could do that."
Yeah, you didn't see her float. Well, I guess you were dead. She was floating like 7 people all at once earlier, and those people break instantly. The clones.
Yeah, she's like, that is a great idea. And she's like,
so too.
And let me explain my power. I not only create and secrete bubblegum, but I can manipulate it as well. Which means maneuverability.
Bubblegum is a term I never want to hear again.
Yeah, which means face is doing what my face is doing.
Where does she secrete it from?
we ignore that question.
Yeah, we see that people.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. She says, so not only am I the king of maneuverability, except for maybe you, Flutter. And she says, I can take out opponents pretty easily.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, I guess if any other people fly after us, you can just, I don't know, goo them up.
That's right. That's the plan.
Gross.
Left Wing, what can you do exactly? Just swap places with things?
I hold my kickball up and I'm like, I got this.
Why do you?
This is part of my official costume now.
So what you're saying is you're going to use that to switch places with the objective balls?
Yeah, it's fine. Well, one of them, and then I won't have it anymore, but we'll have a ball. So, we'll figure it out from there.
Yeah, she smiles. She's like, all right, I think we have this in the bag.
Yeah, I mean, being able to fly infinitely is pretty much broken. I think this should go pretty well. Hey, and then he's like talking. He's like looking next to Haunting Harmony when he talks to her. He's like, can Willow can she go back in and come out, and you know what I mean? Can she unsummon?
Unsummon.
Is that rude? I don't know.
She's like, well, I've never really done that before.
Okay,
she's just always here. I've never tried to get rid of her.
I toss her the kickball. I'm like, all right, try and like, I don't know, try it. See if the kickball goes with you.
Yeah, I think Willow, like the ghost, not haunting harmony. I think Willow like does like some focusing, and she's like, nope, still here.
No, worth a shot. I like hold my hand out for the kickball back.
And I think Flutter is like, so I do see one problem with our plan. Technically, I have to be we have to be holding the ball. Oh, actually, did we in game? Did we list off the rules in game? I don't think we have yet.
No. I think you named some of them, but also it's been a few weeks. So
yeah, I think I only did it in chat though. Okay, so real quick, let's do like maybe the teachers like start announcing like what the rules are for everybody. Yeah. And so the rules are going to be, let me pull up the map here. So in the middle here, right? There's going to be, let me do it in Duplicity's voice. In the middle here, there's going to be 4 different balls, and the top team from phase 1 will be here as well. They will start with 1 ball. Now, each of the other 4 objective balls, they will spawn after 1 minute of the match of the phase starting. That leaves team 1 with a couple of different options. They can either wait for these objective balls to spawn and try and take more, or they can take the one that they have and try and hide with it. Either way, they have a significant advantage. The other teams will be spawned at different corners of the map. They will have to try and make it to the objective balls as fast as possible to be able to secure at least one. In order for your team to score points, somebody on your team must have both hands on the ball. If you have both hands on the ball, weight triggers in the ball will start scoring you points. 1 point for every second your team is holding a ball. If a ball ever gets destroyed, and they are quite fragile, another ball will spawn in the center. So those are the rules.
Cool.
And I think if someone's out in this one, they're out. Right? I think it's like phase 1. I don't think there's going to be like respawns. So if somebody on your team is ever taken out, that's it.
Yeah. So what you're saying is this is like search and destroy, where technically you're supposed to plant the bomb, but really you just go kill everybody, and then that's how you win.
It depends on how easy it is to kill people.
I'm kidding.
But kinda. I mean, yeah, it depends on your strategy though too. Anybody have any like logistical questions? I think that covers everything, but
yeah, that makes sense. So they're not telling us where the other balls spawn, are they?
So the only thing in the middle that needs to be triggered. Okay. The only thing that needs to be triggered on the ball is the weight pressure, not actual hand on it.
It is so you can try messing with that logic, but they're fragile. Okay. So if you were to try to like bury it in like condensed carbon around it, you'd likely break it before, because like it has like hand plates on it, right? So like
it's probably like phones where they're looking for oil in your hands and stuff, and so like if you poke a phone with a stick, it doesn't do anything, but if you touch it with your finger, it will. So it probably can.
Yeah, maybe it's like that.
Except for then, I guess Mist can't hold a ball.
But that's what I meant.
No, she can't. Along. Yeah, no. It's not going to be like that, but it's purposely set up so that you have to be pushing on it in a conscious effort kind of way, because the point of it is if one team has a ball, they're at a disadvantage because one person has to be concentrating on the ball at all times.
Cool. Yeah, unless one of your people is 2 people.
Exactly. Like Haunting Harmony.
I shoulder Haunting Harmony without looking at it.
Yeah.
So Connor, just to recap for my own sake, the points are scored by holding the ball, right? That's the longer you hold the ball, the
You're correct. Yeah, every second you score 1 point.
Which means that your guys' team is automatically scoring 4 points per second at the start if you all hold balls, right?
Yep.
I was going to make a joke
because
about
there's only they start with 1 ball, and there are 5 balls total. 4 more balls will spawn. On this lift here after 1 minute.
That's not what you said at the end of the session last time. You said 4 balls were spawning in the middle, and then 4 more were spawning outside.
That's what I remember too.
No, which I thought didn't make a lot of sense, but
I must have misspoke, or you misunderstood me.
I was going to make a joke about how there were only 4 balls in the middle, but there were 3 guys, so one of them didn't have any. But I can't make that joke now.
Anyway, I didn't laugh at that. Okay, so
it's right. I missed it.
What are we doing? Phase 2. Okay, so so 4 different balls are going to be spawning after 1 minute, and the first team starts with 1 ball in the center.
So the other teams otherwise.
Correct. So so
for a minute.
Yeah, so there are 5 balls total. Yeah. 1 starts in the hands of the top team.
Yes.
4 will spawn after 60 seconds, which gives each other team 60 seconds to get to the middle.
Right.
Or before that, and try and take the ball from the first team if the first team is sticking around.
Right. Okay. And can you, like, say we have multiple balls on one team, can you score more than 1 point per turn? Like, you know what I mean? Is it only 1 ball scoring regardless of how many you have? Or is it just you score 1 per ball?
You score points per ball. Yep. Okay. So as long as considering you actually have 5 people with 10 hands, let's say,
you could score.
You could technically be scoring all the points,
right,
the whole time. The problem is that's probably not.
We'd have literally the entire arena after us. Yeah.
Not only that, but none of you would have your hands to like do something with.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So. Okay, so
cool.
So Bubblegum is like taking charge of your team. I totally thought you'd be like against that, and
we're just gonna do what needs to be done.
Okay, so let's cut over to Bastion.
I've kind of already done that. I was like, so this is what we're gonna do, right? And she was like, yeah. Yeah, okay, sounds good.
Jared, are you available? Gonna take that as a no.
Yeah, I'm free now.
Okay. So Scarlet Saber comes over to you and like taps you on the shoulder. Do you ignore her?
Well, she hasn't done anything.
You tapped you on the shoulder.
Oh yeah, she taps you on the shoulder, like she's trying to get your attention.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna need another minute.
Okay, so I'll cut over to the Celestial 6 are going to enter into the room.
Convenient for them that 6 and 7 both start with an S.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's everybody except for what's his name? Unbelievable! I can't believe I forgot my own character's name. How could I? It's only 100. The Vines guy, where is he? Heroes. Oh, I have it on. Okay, yeah. Everybody except for Botanist. Yep. Yeah. So Omnimorph, Luminescence, Five Finger Fillet, Vulcan, Dragon, and Countess all walk in.
There's not a single crime in the whole country that you guys need to be out there doing things
yeah.
For.
So they come in. And did you say that as they walk in?
Maybe to himself, but maybe they overhear it. But he's mostly joking, like, it's not a single crime. Right?
Yeah. So they walk in, and basically, I think maybe like the whole room just kind of like silences and like looks over towards them. And I think we get a shot of Gemma too, being like, and everybody just kind of like makes way, I think, as they like kind of enter in like a Justice League style, right, with like a dragon at the front, and like the rest of them are in like a little V, and yeah, there you go. Stop it with the NFL theme. Gonna get us copyrighted.
You're the one who started it.
Technically, I sent a different song to you guys and said it was like the NFL theme, like in terms of like the goal of the song is to be like the theme for the tournament.
Well, I didn't listen to that.
I know you didn't. It's really good. So that they walk in, and I think maybe Marty is like, the Celestial Seven. They're here to I like maybe he says like I think he so he was like over by Gemma, right? I think he kind of like stumbles over like as if he was supposed to give them an entrance and like missed his opportunity. So he kind of like stumbles out awkwardly and it's like, yes, the Celestial Seven. They missed the first phase, but they were able to make it for this phase, and they're here to encourage you guys and say hi. So hey, Celestial Seven, and like takes a step back, and I think Dragon is like, we are pleased to be here to encourage you to make a good name for the country with your actions here today, to show our country that there is peace and prosperity under your future leadership. And I think Omnimorph just kind of like is the first to kind of step out of line and goes over to DJ and like starts helping him like repair his drone. And then the rest of them kind of go over to like their respective people. And I think maybe some other of the.
I turn to my group. I'm like, sorry, I'm just gonna go talk to my buddy, and I walk over the
they kind of go over to their respective people, and then we get a shot of Shorty being like, of course, here again. Guy. And I think Dragon, Vulcan, and Countess though all stick together, and they go over to the two of you, and then you kind of come back over with them, as they don't go one-on-one for you three. They kind of all go to you separately, or like together. And gotcha. I think Vulcan is like, how are you, Palladium?
I'm doing fine, Vulcan.
Yeah.
Because like Gemma's still in the room, right?
Yeah. You're doing your Batman voice.
Yep.
You guys reading a script?
Yeah. Sorry, that's really funny. Vulcan is like, you're doing well. Keep up the good work.
I nod. Salute.
Yeah. Dragon just kind of gives a nod to you, Bastion. He's just like no words are exchanged. He just nods at you like
the silent stoic masculine nod.
Yeah, and you can definitely tell he's like basically like he expected you to be in the top, and like that's you can tell you guys share masculine exchanges like this enough. You can tell he's like giving you the no words like, yeah, I knew you were going to be in the top.
You better be in top.
Right? Yeah.
You have met expectations.
Yeah, that's
now you must exceed them.
Yeah. And I think maybe Countess is like, does anybody have any questions or?
Yeah, did you see me take out like 6 people last round? I'm awesome. Just saying. All right.
Yeah, I think she kind of like awkwardly glances over to you. Yeah, this is the first moment where you kind of feel like things aren't like totally up and up between you two.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, just remember everybody, and just kind of talks to like as if she's kind of giving more of a speech. Like the whole world is watching, so be on your best behavior. Show the world the kind of heroes that you'd want to see protecting you.
Yeah. I send an emotional impulse to my my armor.
Yeah.
Something along the lines of my helmet. You're gonna make sure my helmet stays on, right? Like we're doing extra special protection to keep my armor on mode.
Yeah. It sends you pulses back like it's anxious. And
well, that doesn't help at all.
No, not like anxious and protective. Like it's like on guard, so to speak.
Mm-mm.
It sends you back like I'm on the
watch. Yeah,
it's tense. Yeah.
Cool.
So I think unless anybody has like a particular thing that they want to say, I think they kind of like wander over to the what's it called? Like the like the box, like the what's it called? Like the box where you like sit and watch. What's that called? Like the penthouse box.
I think it's just called the box.
Whatever. Yeah, the box. They go over to the box. They kind of make their way over there. And I think Omnimorph is the last to leave because he's like pointing out some different things to GJ, like before he goes, like, and make sure you dial that up and make sure you screw that part back in. And then he's like following along in there.
Isn't it the best thing to be a GM and have to make up technical jargon and talk on the spot?
Yeah.
It's the worst.
Yeah. And then I think Duplicity kind of walks into the room and it's like, now everybody get back with your teams. We're about to start. And Beacon already has gone around and targeted all you guys at that last session. But Scarlet Saber, Bastion, he comes up to you, or she comes up to you kind of after everything happens, and she kind of looks at you like, and like a big smile.
Hello.
Yeah, and she says, that's a really strong power you have.
Thanks.
I look forward to tasting it on the field. And then she like licks her lips.
That's kind of yucky.
And then she walks away. And Soulbound Shinobi. Let me pull him up. Let me pull up. What's her face too?
Wait, what kind of act was that? What kind of accent was that you were trying to do?
I was trying to be Japanese.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if I succeeded. I don't think I did.
I was wondering if it was Chinese or so.
Yeah. So she's Japanese.
Close enough.
Yeah, it's Asian. She has an Asian accent. Yeah. So that's Scarlet Saber, and then Soulbound Shinobi kind of like notices this. And he comes over to you, Bastion, and he's like, hey, I saw that.
Her being weird? Yeah, so did I.
He's like, what did you say about her? He's like, hey, you stay away from her. You hear me?
Okay. Is this guy Japanese too? Nope.
But he's in like a ninja getup.
Oh, he's a weeb.
Yeah, he's a weeb.
He's a weeb. Is that term been created yet?
I have no idea.
Who cares? Use it anyways.
Well, I mean, I don't know if it does exist. I don't think Bastion knows about it, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
you're right.
You're like the most uncultured person.
We're all nearby each other, right? Because these people aren't in the same team, but they're
yes, yeah.
Okay.
Like, are you Japanese? Are you too?
He's like, why? Do I look Japanese?
Well, does he not have a mask?
No, he doesn't have a mask. No.
What kind of weeb he doesn't have a mask?
He has I pulled him up on the Roll20 page. He has like a bandana. Okay. And he's like in like a gi outfit.
Okay.
With like a belt.
He doesn't have
squinty like a karate belt.
So Weeaboo actually comes from a webcomic that was in the early 2000s. It technically was 2002, but we could just say
it was based off of this character.
Yeah.
The webcomic's about this character.
The webcomic is talking about this guy. Yeah, and that's it. Yep, that's perfect.
I was like, yeah, I'll stay away from her. She kept talking about tasting me.
He's like, she did? Oh, she did. And he walks away, like hand to his face. Yeah.
He has to go commit seppuku.
Oh man.
Oh man, he's a weeaboo and a simp. What a Dudley combo.
Oh man.
Okay.
That's
all right.
Dude, I'm gonna beat this kid up.
All right, so
he deserves it. Please guys, do.
Bastion and Palladium, did you guys want to say that you strategized at all, or
I mean, yeah, I have a couple of potential
you haven't
ideas.
Met Green Tiger yet. So okay, so real quick, so let me say you guys kind of like get in position, right? So you guys like everybody goes to where they're supposed to go.
Oh, we're in
right?
the center? Where the guys are in the
you
center?
guys are in the center because you're the top team. So you start with one of the
so everyone else is I remember now. Everyone else is like mixed
spawns somewhere else.
With isn't it like the other teams are mixed between like high scorers and low scorers? And then
you're the top four and everyone else is mixed.
We're the top four. Yeah, okay.
So We're on the same platform that the new balls show up, right?
The first ball starts on your platform. The other balls show up elsewhere later.
Wait, I thought
a minute later.
I thought you said all the balls show up at the same spot.
If they break, they show up in the middle.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So, but initially
it's like a spawning point.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
But
they have an initial spawn point
right?
and then a respawn.
Right, Connor. The other balls spawn elsewhere.
Nope, same spot.
Oh, they all spawn in the middle.
All spawn
dude, that's gonna be a blood.
Oh, yeah, I
know.
that.
Yep.
Okay.
That is.
Yeah. Okay. Well, here's the question. I probably pose this. I probably get right down to. You know what? The first thing I do is I go up to Green Tiger and give him a handshake.
Okay. Yep.
And I'm like, hey, what's up, Tony?
Now I got to look up Tony the Tiger. Was that around?
Frosted Flakes for 1965. If I look.
Well, yeah, but I don't know if that was always
the problem is Jared's character does not like Jared wants to make all these
Frosted Flakes are
1952.
Yeah, you don't understand. Okay. When he was in My Communist Academia, Frosted Flakes was his diet.
That was the only cereal they allowed us. Hey, you didn't know Frosted Flakes had communist origins? Come on, Connor.
It was 1952, I suppose.
I did not realize. No, that is, yeah, it's a surprise.
Yeah, so
it was the only breakfast we were allowed.
I go over and reach out a hand and basically say, "Tiger, good to have you on our team."
Yeah, he's like this little. Let me pull him up. He's like this. He's like a short kid. Like he's this little dude, and he looks young too. He looks like maybe he's like 15, and he
looks like he has like, a deformed hand.
That's he's supposed to him.
He's transforming.
Yeah, it's just representing who he is.
It's not AI. All right,
has nothing to do with AI.
I drew it like that. Yeah. No, seriously, I wanted him to be transforming in this image.
Yeah.
So he shakes your hand and he says, "Pleasure to meet you. I'm Green Tiger."
And I would know what he does, Tony? Right?
Yeah. Well, maybe not. Have you? Oh yeah, no, because as he was walking in, you saw him transform, and I'm sure you saw him transform in the lobby area too.
Right.
With him and Fuego were arm wrestling. I'm sure he saw that.
He turns into a green tiger? Is that what it is?
Let me show you his.
I don't remember his actual transformation, but
this is what he looks like.
Yeah, what's his alt token? Yes, the green giant from the vegetable.
That's right.
The vegetable bags.
Yeah, he doesn't really look like a tiger.
That's a great observation.
Like very, very tiger-like.
Yeah.
Have you seen a tiger?
I lived in China. Like I know what tigers look like.
He lifts up his eyebrow and he's like, "Are you trying to make fun of me?"
No.
Very badly. He is. Yes.
Mist gives you like a little bit of like an elbow. Bastian.
I wasn't even making fun of him. That's left wing shtick.
Yeah. Sorry, I just assume.
So Green Tiger's like, yeah, you'll know why I'm called the Green Tiger later, but for now, let's strategize. And
strategy involves knowing of all of the parameters of our strategy. What can you do, Tiger?
Yeah, he says, well, I can transform into that, Hulk thing that you were seeing before.
Mm-hmm.
You probably wouldn't say Hulk because that's not really a word, right?
I mean, I assume that superheroes, the Marvel comics does not exist. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean, there are Hulks and other things, but I don't know if they're called that because of the Hulk.
Exactly.
I assume not.
He just says giant. He's like, well, I basically turned into that giant thing. But the tiger aspect of it is, well, I guess it's kind of hard to explain. I guess you could say I'm almost like possessed with a tiger spirit.
So you're a predator, basically. It's kind of like you become predatory monster type thing. Get aggressive.
A Hulk is an old word for like a barge or a big like a cargo ship. It's an old English word. Sorry.
There you go.
Sorry, I'm responding to you real quick, David.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So as he's saying that, so wait, what did you say? You said something about like I said he was I'm possessed basically by a green tiger. What did you say? You just said
I said, yeah, so you're turn into a predator, get aggressive, that sort of thing.
It's a little bit more than that. It's kind of my signature special move.
Wait, is it your power or is it your signature special move?
I think we fade away from it. I think I want to because basically let me message you guys. I'll
okay. I as Palladium need to know for the strategy.
I think David already knows too, but I want it to be a reveal for the audience.
Yeah, I think so. I might have forgotten, but
while you type it out, I ask Mist, can we like put the ball inside of you?
You can't just ask people that.
Yeah. I think Mist is like, no, I don't think that's. I think she's like holding it, right, and she's like pushing on the different plates, and they kind of like sink in, and she's like, no, I don't think so. I didn't think that would really be the best line of action here.
So can she press it in though?
Yeah, she can press it in, but with her, it's basically like pressure plates.
I'm like, how much core strength do you have exactly, Mist? Can you form? Here's my strange weird idea. Can you put the ball in your like core basically, and then form the water around it in such a way where there's like, so you're only pressing on it through some pressure points instead of engulfing it. Whereas like there's you move the water out of the way, make a cavity, put the ball in there, and then
you're making this like really complicated like thing. I think what she does is she's just like, but wouldn't this just work better? And she's just like keeps her arms pushing in the pressure plates, and her whole body is just water, so it's just fluid, and she just like pretends as if like something is attacking her, right? And her whole body like dodges to one side, and then her arms just do this with the ball, right? And so she just keeps her fists like fair. Pushing in the plate, and she just does all these like weird like fluid gymnastic things.
Right, she's doing elastic roll.
Like, elastic roll basically. Nice. She's just like, isn't this just like better?
Yeah. That'll work.
The real question is, what is her defense rating?
Her defense, what?
Oh yeah, she doesn't even have. I forgot we're the only ones.
Stats, yeah.
Stats, yeah.
Correct. Yep.
Okay. Because the only other idea is I could. The only other idea
the narrative
is
calls for it.
Morphing it into my armor and putting it with like the exact amount of pressure.
But that would definitely be a difficult roll. I feel like the way that the balls are set up is like specifically designed so that you can't do that.
Okay.
Because I thought that through because that would make it real. Okay, let's think about. Shut up. Unbelievable.
I'm gonna make that joke again when it happens.
Yeah. It's California. So think about it like for statue, right? I'm just trying to make it less complicated of ways for other people to hide it as well. Right. So like if you can hide it inside of your armor, then everybody else can too. And it just becomes way more complicated. Mm-hmm. And the goal of the game is for this to be like you're holding these balls and trying to keep them.
Here's what it should be, like, Connor.
Secure.
It should have light sensitivity. And so if there's no light, then it can't score
points. I like that too. I like that too. But I'm going to leave that as a hidden feature. Okay. In case somebody does try to bury it. And because that'd be really funny. Somebody tries to bury it, and then at the end of the thing, they're like, but I scored like 1,000 points. It's like, no, he scored 0. But actually, no, that's like live scoreboards too.
Right. Yeah.
All right, okay, so we'll trust you with the balls.
Ironic.
Multiple?
Well, are we not going to try to get at least 2 or 3?
Yeah, I think.
How many are spawning right away? 4?
4 are spawning after 1 minute. So every other team has 1 minute to come to you before the balls spawn, and like
do we know exactly where the balls are going to spawn? Like other little platforms?
Yes, these little things here.
Oh, okay, I see.
So pretend that there are 4 of these instead of 6.
I mean, we could say there are 6, and only 4 of them. Or maybe
there's 4.
Spawning
maybe there's 4
first.
like on this front here, right? Actually, that makes more sense. There's like 1 here. Yeah, so there's a 4-way thing here in like this actual center here. The rest of this is just whatever.
Cool.
Just a platform.
Yeah. Here's the question: Bastion, this is me in character at this point. Bastion, can you make a dome around us for that 1 minute?
Try and make some defenses.
Probably.
Yeah,
Bastion,
and
where would
I
you be
don't see why
getting your
not.
carbon from?
Everywhere.
He has his gourd, right?
Everywhere.
You
You got your armor, right?
He's got his armor, but his armor only covers his body, right?
Yeah, but he can make
Well,
a
he could
thinner
thin
So
it.
sheet.
you'd have to gather
Yeah.
carbon first. And like this stuff here, this is not made of any carbon.
It's the
Connor,
weird energy.
remember
stuff.
Most things are made up.
Yeah, but this is all
but
his
remember,
magic power.
Architect made this.
Oh.
So he gets to control what the elements of these things are. So he's specifically making sure that you don't have an advantage on this
That makes sense.
session. For the same reason that this isn't made out of some other, I guess I don't really know of any.
Did we learn that during the first?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, we did, because you were trying to fix all the buildings, and it was going to be really difficult because there wasn't really as much carbon.
Retcon. Since then, I've just been pulling all the carbon out of the air wherever we go.
I think, didn't we already decide though that you can't do that yet? You've never
I
actually
thought we
succeeded
did.
at that yet.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you.
The one we've had this conversation. This is the second time we've had this conversation. Because
bums
remember you
between
used your
sessions.
hair to protect yourself from.
Well, that's because it was like a last second thing.
I'm almost positive that you've not used the air to gather carbon.
You made a smoke
we talked
cloud
about it like one of the
with
first
carbon?
episodes.
Yeah, but
yeah,
I
you
think,
but you
I think that's probably what I'm
But you used smoke to do that, right? It wasn't a solid.
It was on fire already. Yeah.
So my thought here is less we king of the hill this the entire time, and more we need a minute to get the 4, and then we make a break for it, right? And we go find somewhere else that's more defensible.
Can I make a small dome around one pedestal?
With
well,
your
I think.
armor? Yeah, you could. I mean, well, think like, for sure. You have enough carbon to do that.
So my thought though, my goal would be last the minute it takes to get the balls and then leave. So even if the carbon dome that you make is pretty thin, as long as you can keep, moving the pieces of it and keeping it intact for that minute, that's what I'm looking for, and then we can make a break for it. Then me and Tiger are playing offense while you're doing defense, right? We're making sure that like people aren't getting close enough to or if they do, like if basically we'll stay in the dome. If the dome gets broken through, Green Tiger and I will attack and push them back so you can fill the hole again. And then Mist will be ready as soon as those balls come to grab them all with like 8 arms or whatever she can make with her water, right? And then we make a break for it at the easiest exit and go somewhere else. Does that sound like a plan?
Yeah.
Okay, so Leftwing, feel free to. Oh, he's got his headphones off. We are going to jump back in time to your guys' latest rescue class. Yeah. I was trying to find a good place to intervene with your planning phase, because I was trying to make it so that your guys' planning phase is actually revolved around your last rescue class, because of something that Iceblade did. So we're gonna go back in time for a little bit, and Leftwing, feel free to have any hold on to any like other planning things that you might want to do after this. But we're going back in time for a rescue class. We see in the 1 million square foot mechanical playground thing, we see Duplicity kind of like walking in with you guys all behind her, and she goes, "Today we're going to do something a little bit different." And she goes and what would it be? Maybe like briefcases, maybe. And she like has a bunch of these like briefcases, right? And she's like, in rescue class, sometimes there won't be any civilians in danger. Sometimes it'll be an object, a thing, some sort of intel maybe, or a laptop. Maybe you're trying to get money away from people who are robbing, like a bank or something. So we're going to do something a little bit different today. And I want you guys to I don't know how I want to split up. Maybe we'll literally do teams of 4 or like maybe 2 on 2 is what we'll do. maybe like one-on-one, which sounds most interesting to you guys. Well, just it's just going to be like you guys just doing this one time with either one other person or with two people on two people. Let's just do one-on-one. We're gonna do one-on-one. She's just like, find somebody to challenge, and we'll get started. And she's like, oh, and by the way, thank Iceblade for this great idea. He came to me recently and suggested it, and I thought it was a great idea, so I figured we'd do it. And Iceblade just is like eyes wide, like
getting called out.
Yeah. He's like, yep, you're welcome. And he like glances over at you guys, and he's like, yep. And because he went to Duplicity and was like, hey, let's practice for phase 2.
Yeah. Nice.
Without telling her it's for phase 2. So that's why we're getting this scene real quick.
Awesome.
That's just a little tidbit from Iceblade. So yeah, go ahead. You literally choose anybody to like that your character would like challenge, and then we'll do a quick rescue move, basically. And
whoever the strongest
decide
is.
what you did.
I was munching on a sandwich there. The goal of this is to
steal the briefcase.
So steal the briefcase.
Yeah. So one person is playing the villain who's right, like escaping with the briefcase, and the other person is trying to protect the briefcase from the villain. And then you guys would swap.
I want to,
and obviously it'd just be one roll for the rescue class to decide how you do on sides of that.
I want to protect the briefcase.
Well, you do both.
Switch. You alternate.
Yeah, you do both. You do. Okay. Yeah, you go back and forth. Because this is literally just Iceblade's. Trying to make sure that you guys train for phase 2, and so this is going to be a little foreshadowing. For
when did Iceblade become so cool?
I knew it. That's what I'm trying to do.
He's like Trump. You think he's a douche at the beginning, but he's actually just the coolest guy ever.
Yeah, he keeps talking about women really rude, and it's kind of off-putting, and then you realize she's just being a tool.
But then he's just like the biggest feminist ever because he just
watching our subscriber count go down like this.
And he's got blonde hair, so obviously that's where I was going with this.
Oh yeah, of course.
Does he have blue eyes too?
Yeah. And his mentor is Echo, which is obviously the same as Trump's mentor, who is I don't know. Anyway, so
the echo chamber of the Republican Party. I don't know.
Bastian, you said you wanted to go against the strongest. Who in Bastian's eyes is the strongest? Would it be somebody like Emoticon or Iceblade? Or would it be Fuego?
Definitely not Iceblade.
Would it be Fuego? You think the most physically strongest, or like what?
I mean, just overall strongest.
Like you're talking about like narrative power level? Is that what you're?
I mean, Thunder is probably the most dangerous.
Yeah, that was going to be what I was going to suggest.
Okay.
You're trying to protect the briefcase from Thunder.
Yeah.
But at the same time, she's not actually going to try and kill you, right? Because she can't.
Yeah, this isn't in the tournament, so she can't murder you.
So in which case, she would be significantly holding back her powers.
That's true. Yeah.
So maybe she wouldn't be the strongest in this circumstance.
What is Fuego's power?
He turns into a like
he's the Hulk.
Hades looking Hulk.
Yeah, I think I'd try.
But he looks a lot cooler than the Hulk does.
Yeah, I'd challenge Fuego.
Okay, yeah. So I think Fuego is just kind of hanging out and waiting, and you come over to him, and he's like, "You want to challenge me?"
Well, yeah, you're either the strongest or the second strongest in the class, other than me.
Oh, cool. I am. And
just going over the fact that Bastion made himself the obvious most powerful person in the class, which is still up for debate.
Yeah, and
it most definitely is up for debate.
Palladium, who do you challenge?
Yeah.
I don't really have a particular preference, so if you have an idea for someone you think would be cool,
I'm going to say Emoticon.
Yep.
Left Wing, who do you challenge?
I don't know. Is there anyone who might challenge me?
That's probably what it is for Emoticon too. He probably challenges me.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, Emoticon. Yeah, he's just like, hey, round 2.
See, I'm looking at the list of characters.
Maybe soul impact. Yeah, I think soul impact is going to challenge you, Leftwing. He's like, hey, I know you can teleport. I'm hoping that, I don't know, it'd be really hard to try and protect an object from you with my maneuverability if you can just literally teleport. So,
and since I'm obviously the strongest person in the class, I need to. I'd like to think that like everyone is saying that. Comes up to like, obviously since I'm the strongest person in the class.
I mean, I can imagine that would be pretty difficult.
Okay, so go ahead and make your rolls then. I will pull over the school move.
We're rolling savior.
When you initiate a rescue in rescue class, roll plus savior. On a 10+, you rescue them without issue. Oh, there we go.
Very good.
On a miss. Not even a normal person could have survived your rescue attempt. So this meaning duplicity, right? Like a duplicity clone. Mark an appropriate condition, or you didn't try hard enough and lose advancement on the education track. So in this circumstance, you taking a condition, even though this was in the past, this is you having anxiety about how you failed last time when you were practicing this.
Makes sense.
What
do you mean by lose advancement on the education track?
Lose a star.
Like you take away a star.
A good noodle star.
Because you weren't trying hard enough. If you think of like some of these are kind of specific just because it made sense to me as to how that could go down. But if you have an idea of a different consequence, for instance, like a demerit for this or something else, that's fine too. If you have like a good argument for it.
I mean, a demerit is just an advancement for Leftwing.
Yeah, can I have that one?
What did Jared say?
A demerit is just an advancement for Leftwing.
Yeah, can I have that one?
A demerit?
I definitely don't want to take a condition or lose a star.
What?
I would like to think that I'm just being like a dick and not really doing the exercise, but just like playing keep away pretty much, right? And like not.
You're goofing rather than.
Yeah. If because I also don't know that it makes a lot of sense that I could possibly fail this with the matchup. So I want to think it's just like
I could see it.
I mean, I can literally teleport the case out of his hands, so I'd win instantly, and then I would defend it, and I would just swap places with stuff. And like, I don't know
not
how.
necessarily. What if? So remember, this is like a jungle playground, right? You'd have to catch up to him first. You'd have to see him, and he's super mobile, so you could just jump into a building or something, and then you can't see him or know where he is, and now you're struggling to find him. And he's just
if it's like a hide and seek game, I guess that's different. I guess I hadn't realized that was part of it.
Yeah, basically. I mean, you're trying to get it from him, so it means he has to run, right? He's
right. Yeah, I guess I didn't realize how. I actually don't remember it being a jungle, so I guess that I didn't hear that part. So that makes sense.
I think it's a jungle gym.
It's a pretend city, right? So remember, there's like a digital overlay on top of all these like mechanical structures and like objects and things.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Okay.
So I can see it happening. It would kind of be like you're off your game. Like maybe you're overconfident and you're like, ha. And then he just starts jumping super fast. And you're like, where did he go?
Yeah. Okay, that's fine with me.
So in which case, how do you fail?
I guess I'll just take a condition.
Okay. So I'll describe it. So basically that's what he does, right? He just, as soon as the like buzzer starts, he just like, he like tucks the briefcase under him so you can't see it. And then just like full on jumps into like backwards into a building and just like out of sight.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's just like, I think maybe he's just like jumps up through the building like the whole time. Mm-hmm. And you just are like following him by like following the trail of like kicked destruction. And but then like the maybe like minute comes up or whatever, and you didn't get it from him. And
told you I was the strongest person in the class.
Yeah, he doesn't say that. He didn't say that to begin with. And then when you switch, I think you teleport, right? But I think he probably just catches up to you and like kicks you in the back of the head. or something, something like that. Like
Sure.
he is able to catch up to you, and he just like takes you out physically.
Okay. Sounds good.
So what condition would you then mark?
I marked angry just because it seems the least inconvenient.
Yeah.
And also he kicked me in the back of the head. That feels fair.
So why does that linger when you're starting up the tournament again? I guess that's more of a me putting that on you, since I'm the one forcing you into a flashback situation where you're forced to mark a condition. But
yeah, I mean, I think this is was a preparation for this. So the fact that it went so poorly is, I think, frustrating.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm just going to try and obviously not let that happen again.
Yep. Yeah, and I think after the match finishes, he probably like helps, like puts out a hand to help you up, and maybe you don't accept it because you're mad at him.
Yeah. Yeah, probably.
And he's like, "Oh, sorry. No hard feelings. Did I go a little too rough?"
Yeah, just forget about it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, he's like, "I truly was trying my hardest. I actually didn't expect to win."
Yeah, I noticed that. He rubs the back of his head.
Well, anyway, tell Bastian I said hi, I guess.
What?
We had, I was there for the run-in with Inferno. Him and I kind of teamed up and almost died together.
Oh, so now you've got a crush on Bastion? I'm confused.
Sorry.
I'll tell him you said hi.
Yeah, he kind of frowns. He's just super confused by that.
He's just
doesn't
trolling.
quite get it. And but he probably internally thinks it's like you're just considering him as like an other because he is like an anthropomorphic.
No, I'm calling him gay.
Power. Yeah, I know. So but he's attributing that to being like,
he's not racist.
He's not anthrophobic. He's homophobic.
Exactly. Very, very different.
Anyways.
Okay, so who wants to go next?
I'll go.
All right, go ahead and roll. Who do you want to start?
Luckily, I'm still on my mask.
You're still on +3 saber.
Say again. What would
you're still on +3 saber?
No, before that, what you asked me a question.
Oh, I said, who do you want to have start? Go ahead and roll first, but I just was trying to continue the.
Oh yeah, I think I was trying to focus on like defending it, so I'll say I start with it.
Okay.
Righty. I don't think I have any other bonuses here. I'm not gonna game face this. That'd be silly. All right, only a partial hit.
So on a 7 to 9, you rescue them, but the duplicate gets bumped and doesn't survive. So we're gonna play it off as your guys' combat was really intense. So you take the briefcase from him, but it's damaged, and so you still don't like succeed at protecting it, right?
Sure.
And I think maybe
pretty
he's
evenly
like,
matched.
Yeah, maybe he has like happy in his chest, and you like get it to him as like maybe you like launch up with some energy and like grab it from him as he's like flying away, but by grabbing it you like damage it, and like you come down, and Duplicity is like, hey, you took it. Oh, but it's completely broken. Okay.
Yeah, I'd like to think that like
the goal isn't just to take the object from the villain, it's to protect it from them, keep it safe.
I'd like to think that it's mainly just we're matching each other's energy so much that like and trying to like I have to keep going harder because he's going harder, and then neither of us really
the
get
battle escalates.
And it escalates to the point where like both of us are destroying the briefcase over and over again. It doesn't really get us anything. And I think eventually it comes down to the end of it, and neither of us have really gotten much of an advantage. And
well, I think when it switches, the same thing happens. Emoticon takes it from you, but also damages it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like he's like
Yep.
And I think that like after the fight is over, Emoticon's like, I guess we need to not go so hard.
You first.
Yeah, he kind of chuckles at that and like shakes your hand.
Yeah, and I think I say I was trying to think of a real thing to say. I don't think I have any real comment, but my joke comment is going to be, well, Emoticon, I suppose we're both the strongest people in this class.
That's funny.
But no, yeah.
Okay, Bastian, your turn.
All right, I'm here.
There. Okay.
So I think since he figured he knows what the next test is, he's trying to figure out how to be more efficient with limited carbon, like making stronger structures with like limited carbon, like making what's it called? Structurally sound.
Okay, sure. Yep.
Objects and using shapes to be like using the triangle.
Using engineering.
Engineering, yeah. But not like because he's smart through trial and error.
That didn't work. Try this.
Battle IQ, not intelligence. Yeah. You said savior?
Yep.
Shukaka. Let's go.
Full hit. All right, Bastian catching up with advancements. On a 10+, you rescue them without issue. Rescue it in this circumstance. Mark advancement on the education track.
So yeah, I think at the beginning, he just keeps like smashing through his structures, and then he finds out that triangles are indeed the most structurally sound object.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. So so like as you're practicing and trying to protect it from fuego, you find that the object that protected it the most from fuego was triangles. I think he definitely is still able to break through it. By the way, your carbon is not strong enough to like fuego is like kind of I shouldn't say actually Hulk strong.
Like the kids are saying strong. He's goated.
Yeah, he's goated. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So he is the strongest in the class then.
The strongest for a very short period of time.
Sure. Yeah.
So
but, I mean, goat means greatest of all time, so he must be the best.
Right, but but he's not. So he's not goated. What is that? It's a different acronym. It's greatest for 1 minute.
He's meta. He's the most efficient tactic available.
He's a 1 minute jump.
But I think since this is time limited, I think you're just more to say, or like you definitely earn the advancement because he goes hard for 1 minute and you keep using your carbon to pull the briefcase back out of these carbon structures and create a new one before he can get to the next one in time and crush that one. So you definitely are able to succeed that. And then when it reverses, when he's holding it, my guess would be that you just like use carbon to like rip it out of his hands. Or what do you have a cool idea for that? Maybe you like
I think he tries to start like manipulating the air, but that's still a little too far out, and then he's just like whatever, and then he just like buries him.
Like buries him in carbon, basically.
Yeah, he can't do it elegantly, so he just buries him.
Nice. Okay, yeah, so Duplicity is like, ding, 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 you nailed it, Bastian. I think that's worthy of an advancement. Or not advancement, sorry, a merit.
A good noodle star?
Yeah, you could call it that. And she gives you one. And then at the end of the class, I think maybe like, siren goes off or some like over the PA system, maybe. Like the class is over. And she's like, good work, everybody. Thanks again, Iceblade, for the idea. How did you come up with that anyway? Experience. Yeah.
We all know it makes sense.
Yeah, everybody kind of... Oh, go ahead.
What?
What were you saying?
Oh, I was at tact, battle IQ,
insider trading. There you go.
Insider trading.
Yeah, so I think everybody kind of just starts walking away to their dorms or whatever. But one person sticks around. We get one last little scene here. Doomseer comes up to you, Palladium, and she says, "Hey, could I talk to you for a minute?"
Left wing kissed you, didn't he?
This is before the. This is
no,
before
I know. I mean, like, and I'd be like, I'd want her to be like, what are you talking about? Oh, nothing. Never mind.
Yeah, I told you about what if I wondered if I was working.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And just foreshadowing for it.
Yeah, she's like, are you being for real?
I think so. It's kind of funny.
Okay. All right. Yeah. She frowns and she's like, ew. But
no, yeah,
also, that's not what I wanted to talk to you about. Actually, I wanted to talk to you about emoticon.
Yeah. What about him?
Well, we came back from our first mission recently, and while it didn't quite go accordingly or smoothly, I guess you could say.
Well, emoticon isn't the strongest person in the class, so I can see how that could happen. You know me, I love a running gag.
Yeah, she says, well, I think maybe we get a little bit of like a flashback for it too as she's explaining it, but she's like, you see, well, we were going up against this villain, and well, emoticon gave a goal, but not really a plan. And well, the rest of us just kind of got beat up, and he ended up cleaning up solo, basically. Since you're a leader of another team, I thought maybe you could talk to him about, I don't know, more being a leader. I tried in my own way, but I'm not exactly good at plans, just noticing problems. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
She kind of like cringes visibly.
Yep. I say, yeah, emoticon, he definitely likes to do things on his own. Sure. Yeah, I'll talk to him. Yeah,
we kind of like the flashback that we get is basically they're up against a villain, and emoticon's like, all right, let's take him out, and then just like runs towards them, and Shorty and DJ are like yeah, they like go in at it, and but they like just get like beat up like pretty fast. And then Haunting Harmony and Pocket Arsenal, same situation. They just kind of get like trashed early on in the fight, and Doomseer is kind of like keeping her distance and is able to just kind of like see the whole thing but not provide a lot of help because there's nobody to help. So she's like, she sees these doom futures of things happening, but no one's listening to her because everybody's just kind of like scatter attacking. And then emoticon just basically beats the villain solo.
Okay.
And,
so I think my tactic here, especially given that description, because I assume she lets me know about what happened.
Yeah. You see it in the flashback.
Oh yeah, I see the waves around her head.
Yeah, she like grabs your eyes
effect.
and implants the past doom into your brain.
Well, I suppose that maybe that she can do that.
She doesn't do that. She can't do that.
I think the tactic I'm going to take is when talking with emoticon is like, you need to use all the tools at your disposal, right? Like you have team members who have like,
sure, yeah,
have good things to offer and you're not using them, right? Like, the greatest, and it's not even so much being a leader as being a good superhero, right? Like you have a belt of tools, and if you're not using them in the right situations, then you're lacking.
So how do you approach emoticon? Like, do you approach him right away, or like, is there like a different circumstance?
If there's a good opportunity to, as like things are wrapping up and we're heading out,
but maybe you follow emoticon to like the combat dojo area, and he is like messing with a punching bag or something.
Sure. Yeah.
Classic macho to macho situation.
Yes. Yeah. So I think I say, hey, emoticon. Quick thing I wanted to ask you about.
Shoot.
So Doomseer was telling me about your fight the other day with the villain.
Yeah, on our last mission.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was interesting, just the way she was describing things. Great job for taking him out, but it did seem like you weren't really using all the tools that you had. Probably could have taken him out much easier if you were using people like Doomseer to play some defense as well as some offense and make sure your team members aren't being taken out before the end of the fight.
Yeah,
just something to think about.
I want you to roll plus mundane. Where is it?
Gosh dang it, Connor.
I've got. It's in a different document. Oop. There's the role of I think it's you can do this, maybe. Can't remember where.
Is this a custom move?
I think there's that custom move of sorry, I really just got to find it. You can do this here.
Help appear, get stronger, or overcome a personal obstacle. Okay.
Yeah. A roll plus 19 and a 10 plus. They mark a personal advancement. This would cause them to reach a milestone, gain influence over them, and mark their moment of truth. So this is what you guys did with Thunder 3 times.
All right, you're forcing my hand, Connor. I guess I'm gonna affirm my secret identity.
Really? You are you sure?
Yep. I'm taking my helmet off, set it off to the side, trying to get personal with him.
This whole
I understand. I get it. This is how I play role-playing games. I can change it next session. Right. So I think I'm hoping that I assume that the entirety of the ball thing will not be the rest of this session.
We'll find out.
Will it? Okay, guys, what should I do?
I mean, I don't know.
Keep in mind, when you fail rolls, you get XP.
I would be a lot more invested in the outcome of the tournament than. But I mean, I also
it depends on what
this guy. So
yeah, this is kind of what. Oh man, I feel like Palladium.
And then in the
more
tournament, it would be interesting that Palladium remembers that advice that he gave Emoticon and takes more of a support role in this, right? I mean, you also are with Bastion, Mist, and Green Tiger.
I think I like this direction. I think I like this direction.
I mean, that's fun. Yeah.
Yep. Because, one, I'm going to take my own advice.
Get some main character energy in here.
Yeah. And two, this is how Palladium does things, right? Like he is going to get personal. He's going to,
He has a lot of main character energy. Hence why he has the relationships that he has.
Mm-hmm. All right. So I'm going to switch
in the way that they are, I mean, to say. You're very much the leader character.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm rolling my mundane now switched.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, only a 9. Okay, on a 7 to 9, they mark a personal advancement if you choose one. They believe you, but only because you've already proven yourself to them. You lose your influence over them.
Do I have influence on them?
That is a great question.
I assume you don't have influence over him. I don't know when that would have happened.
Oh, is it tabletop or is it tabletop copy?
Influences you. No, he's not on any of your guys's.
Okay.
I don't see him anywhere.
So I can't use that one.
Nope. The topic is particularly sensitive and they lash out at you. Mark a condition. What you say makes them angry, uncomfortable, or distrusting. The next time team would be added, take two team away.
Yeah, I guess I'll have to choose the middle one.
So
they do mark a personal advancement, but I also mark a condition because he lashes out at me. That's fine. That's fine. This is the sort of thing that I do in role. Yeah.
I think the kind of thing where he is offended and then learns.
And then learns anyway. Yep. This is what Palladium is totally fine with. He is okay taking hits. That's his whole thing.
So you say what you say, right? And he says he's like still punching the punching bag as you're saying it, and then he stops and turns and looks at you, and he's like, "What are you trying to say? Are you trying to say that the fact that they got beat up in the fight is my fault?"
I wasn't the one who said that. Those words didn't come out of my mouth.
Oh, and so you're trying to play big brain on me now, huh? You're trying to imply that because I thought that you were saying that was actually the thing I was thinking the whole time? And that is definitely the most words you've ever heard out of his mouth.
Yeah. I said, I think you're overthinking this.
He's like, not everyone has to be like you, Palladium. You don't have to tell everybody what to do. You don't have to be the leader of every team. You're only the leader of your team. So you lead your people how you want to lead them. And I bet, and frankly, it's ridiculous that you think that your team is so much in order that you can come over here and tell me how to treat my team.
Well, I am the strongest person in the class, so
unbelievable.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, what do you actually say though?
Yeah,
if you say that triggers a whole different situation.
No, I know. He sorry, what was the last thing he said there?
He basically is like, your team isn't in order.
Yeah, take the speck out of your eye.
Yeah. Like, go work on your team.
Yeah. I think
or plank, whatever.
Yeah. I think I hesitate and I say, that's good advice. Will do.
Yeah, he like hesitates. He's like, particularly left wing. The kid's out of control. And then he goes back to punching.
And I start to turn away and then I say, you and left wing aren't so different.
Oof. You hear what, like your back is turned to him. You hear just like a one really loud punch and then stop.
Yeah. Left wing likes to do things his own way. He has a particular, he gets something in his head and he just goes for it. Can't really pivot properly, which is funny for a teleporting guy. Sometimes the way we think things are can be quickly... No, I'm trying to think of the way how to say this. Sometimes when you let one hypothesis get in your head, no amount of conflicting evidence is going to change your mind. And that can lead you to make the wrong conclusion. Left wing does it all the time. And I think you do too.
Yeah, there's just silence. And then you just start hearing the punching again.
Yeah, I say, see you at the tournament.
Yeah, dude. Okay, that was perfect for his character development. I kid you not.
Cool.
We'll see kind of the result of that in this next phase here. And we did in the previous phase too, but I left it vague on purpose. Mm-hmm. Remember Left Wing when you were like...
so I'm coming after you this whole time.
When he was like, when you were like, is an emoticon by himself? And I was like, no, his team is trailing behind. That was him working on that because I assumed this was going to happen.
Nice.
Love it.
So yeah. And the way that triggers in his head is definitely, he starts being more of a leader because he doesn't want to be like Left Wing. That is 100% what's going on in his head. Okay. Let's jump straight into phase 2 then.
Let's do it.
Who do we want to start with? Should we start with the main team here and you guys make a roll to see how well you maybe defend the... Yeah, your goal is to try and protect one more ball.
At the very least, like the preparation rolls that we make before they like attack, right? Before they all show up.
Okay, all right, so let's jump in. We jump straight back into the tournament.
So I would like to say, especially because
says phase 2 begins.
Yeah. Especially because of the way that we did that scene with emoticon and the way I switched my thing. I'd like to take a moment to just stand back and do some assessing this situation and stuff, right?
Yep. Okay, actually, there's a couple of things. I'm only going to let you do one thing in particular before more things are going to happen. So you only get one roll. Remember, though, that you did make you just got your team or your new move. That was the dangerous web.
Yes, true.
Yeah. You roll plus your mask's label, but that would be savior.
Yeah,
that would be a trap. So I figured that's what you were going to do, and maybe
I don't think
is like about to do that, and then he's like,
that would be the play.
Let me lean into the rest of everybody else's abilities. Yeah.
So can I do game face? So the trigger says when you commit yourself to save someone or defeat a terrible enemy, can that like we're doing a tournament, but like.
Oh, actually, one thing real quick. Let me add team to the... I think
yes.
How we're going to handle team at the start of a phase is everybody gets 2 team added to their team. So each of you are going to have 3.
Separate teams.
Oh, okay.
Cool. Okay.
So Left Wing, you get 3, and Palladium and Bastion, you share 3 because you're on the same team.
Okay.
That makes sense.
That way, that's a little bit more balanced too for like, if you're not like
on the same team.
For this situation, Left Wing gets to use all 3 team himself.
Mm-hmm. Can I commit myself to save someone or defeat a terrible enemy, even though those are slightly off?
I don't think it should be to win the phase. I think it should be something more particular. Like pick a particular enemy, like one of these people. Or
can I be it like save someone right? To be like our team?
Not your team. I think it would be a particular objective, right? So like the ball that's there.
Okay,
so the ball that you start with.
I would say Mist.
Or you could do.
Right? I would say like we're protecting Mist as she holds the balls.
Because you want her to be the one that holds the ball. So okay, yeah, I think so.
Okay, so marking condition and take +1 ongoing to all rolls in direct pursuit of that goal.
Oh, which condition did you mark with the last one, by the way?
Oh yeah, my lashes out of me. I'll probably do insecure. Yeah.
Okay.
Do we have a plan for what happens if two players end up rolling against each other? Because
Caleb, you also have guilty already too.
I know.
So you're at 3 conditions then.
I know.
Didn't we have
don't have to do game face then?
Didn't we have a long rest?
No, there wasn't a long rest between.
Oh, we get one after this one, right?
Yeah, after this phase, there's going to be a break. We're gonna have I think we're gonna have one free day in between the phase 1 and 2 and phase 3 and 4. That's at least my plan right now.
Here's the question, guys. I don't know if any of the other conditions make sense.
You could just not do game face.
Yeah, but I want to do game face. It's going to be really helpful. I'm going to be making a lot of rolls.
I mean, afraid, -2 to directly engage a threat. You're trying not to do that, I think, right? Because you're trying to lean into everybody else. So
this will be less afraid of being hurt and more afraid of getting in the way and doing what Momoticon did.
Well, I was going to say afraid for Mist, but like you're nervous, right? You're tense. You're afraid of what might
let's do it
to Mist. So you're trying not to engage threats and trying more to defend Mist.
Yep.
What is our plan for if we have to roll against each other? Because the thing about Apocalypse World games is that you're very likely to at least partially succeed. And so whoever's rolling just kind of wins oftentimes in PvP situations. So we can't just like use the moves or it'll just be like you'll just take turns succeeding pretty much.
We'll see how we get to it. I definitely want to rely on the narrative more than anything. Because I think a lot of these situations that you guys are going to get yourselves into in terms of combat with each other is going to be pretty obvious who would win. And
I think in that case we just choose who is the most likely person to roll and they roll.
And I can just give advantages too.
Yes.
If left wing is rolling against Bastion to like fight him one-on-one, I'm going to be like Bastion take a +2, or
right. But that's not a thing, right? Like even just deciding who's rolling is basically deciding who's winning.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think trying to fight against Bastion would be particularly difficult.
Well, I don't think
the narrative there.
I don't really think you need to give bonuses. I think you just choose who has the most advantageous footing, and they're the one who gets to roll.
Oh, right? Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
We can handle it like that too. We'll see how it comes.
Yeah, we'll see how the first one goes.
And if it starts to be frustrating, I'm going to just mess with the narrative so that your guys' teams are no longer directly engaging each other and have to deal with other teams. Because that's definitely what's going to happen here, right? Yeah. There's 9 teams. There's 36
I wasn't planning
people.
to, Jared, but
what did Jared say?
He said you're going to attack us, and I wasn't planning to, except for now there's only one ball spawning for the first 60 seconds, so I have to. But that's why I asked, because originally I was just going to be like, I'm just going to avoid them at all costs. It won't matter. But
okay, but I'm going to roll superior to assess the situation and figure out some strategy here.
Okay, go ahead.
But a slight retcon. Could I have done burn like in the locker room just to like psych myself up?
I will let you roll burn now and have it be that you were so that's the difficult
the thing is burn doesn't I don't know if burn would work now because there's not enough carbon.
Well, but that's the point, right?
Yeah.
So like
that's why I did it in the locker room, because he didn't build the locker room.
But think about this though. Like narratively speaking, that's you gathering carbon, right?
Yeah.
You going to the next phase with a bunch of carbon is they would just be like, no, you can't take extra stuff that's not.
Well, I'm just slowly making my armor thicker.
I was gonna say, why does he look taller than he was before?
Man,
okay, go ahead and roll burn. If you fail the roll,
armor.
If I fail the roll, I get 3 conditions.
Right, but that's what I'm going to say, that you get reprimanded for it.
Oh, like I'm gonna get a bad noodle star.
Well, not a bad noodle star. You're gonna get reprimanded like on public television, basically. So it's gonna be like super embarrassing.
Oh,
flag on the play.
You're a foreigner,
they're gonna be like,
just
hey,
tell them that they're being racist, and then they'll look dumb. It's fine.
But you'd fail the roll, so that the narrative would then decide, you're taking 3 conditions or whatever. So I'm fine with that. I just want to make sure that it makes sense because you gathering carbon has to not be like a ridiculous concept. It's really hard.
Yeah, burn is a risk though, so that makes sense.
I like how the idea is that next time someone sits on any of those benches, they're just going to collapse because they're all hollow now. They're all missing their carbon. Someone opens the thing and the door just the locker
there's just a couple. There's just like one less set of lockers.
They look at the security cameras later, like, oh, what the heck?
Where did it go?
Lockers are gone.
I'll be like, I don't know why, but Left Wing just teleported them out of the building.
But these lockers just look so clean now, like so pure.
I like that Bastion's reflex when there's trouble is just to blame Left Wing.
Yeah,
it's great.
You could roll it, Jared. You could.
Oh yeah, I'm just trying to remember how to do that.
So you'd be rolling.
I'm rolling conditions.
I think.
Okay.
Yep.
So did you let Caleb do game face for winning the competition?
No, he took game face to protect Mist, who is holding the ball that you guys start with. So then for the whole phase, theoretically speaking, you protecting Mist, who will likely be your chosen person to have the ball, you get a +1 to it.
So hear me out. If I do that, I'd get a +1 to this roll, and I'd mark a condition. But if I fail after that,
I'd die.
I'd fail. Yeah.
We just see Cashin walks out onto the field and just
because that's not fun. That's not fun. So I'm going to say no.
Well, I could spend a Doom track to unlock the damage.
Damaged, yeah.
Right.
Do it.
Okay. Whatever. Go ahead. Mess with it. Yeah. Whatever.
Okay. Well, guilty, obviously. Okay.
Is he guilty because he plans on blaming Left Wing if anyone catches him?
I think it's probably just the fact that he's technically cheating regardless.
Yeah.
He's taking inspiration from Left Wing.
Yep.
Yeah, that's my guy.
I think Left Wing sees this.
But I bet Left Wing wouldn't say anything.
No, of course not.
Yes.
Nice.
Maybe now Left Wing will say something. No, just kidding.
He gives him a high five.
So with that move, sorry, let me just see if I can find it. On a hit, hold 3 burns. So you don't mark any conditions. Okay.
Yep.
That's what I was trying.
I tap Bastion on the shoulder. I'm like, hey, you're looking beefier than you were 2 minutes ago.
I've been, how do you say, hitting the iron.
Yeah.
Okay, so
we get a shot of the locker rooms and there's people's like gear scattered on the floor where there's no lockers anymore.
So you have a bunch of carbon. What are you doing with it? Are you trying to protect just one of the balls, or?
Well, I thought we were all just going to gather around one podium, and then I just make the dome, and then maybe Palladium could just like touch the dome and try to absorb some of the kinetic force coming into it.
Super interesting idea. Okay, yeah, go ahead and roll then to so the match starts. So you rolled burn technically in the locker room, and then the match starts and you put a bunch of carbon around one of the podiums. And you guys are inside of that?
Sorry.
I thought that, I mean, that was my plan. I don't think Caleb's looking at his phone.
If it does need sunlight, then they wouldn't score any points, right?
Oh yeah, is that what you decided to go with? I mean, the hope was just that like we're not burying it with like she's holding it.
Well, if you're in a dome,
protected. No, I know. That's what I'm asking. Did we actually go with the sunlight thing? Because
that's what I was asking.
I don't think we.
No, I don't think so. Actually, with that,
right? I think it should be. I think it should be like based on the judges, like the people who are actually watching the thing and they understand, like they can just be like, nah, yeah, that's too far.
Because if someone just buries themselves underground for the whole thing, they'd be like, yeah, that's kind of a wuss.
That's
move.
not possible for a different reason. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Right. But yeah, did you? Bastion just says, "I'm going to make a dome."
Yep.
Palladium, try to absorb the kinetic force they put on it.
I don't know if that's possible, but we'll see. We'll find out. So go ahead. Yeah, go ahead and roll freak to make the make the dome. And if you fail this, you can just use your burn to succeed auto.
Well, my freak 2 now.
Uh-oh, stinky. Yeah. I'm sure you'll succeed anyway.
Do I get a situational bonus for learning that triangles are cool? In the last scene.
No, I don't think so.
Darn. I set up that whole thing to get +1 at this one.
Well, I think it's just cool in narrative. It's a narrative thing that you're deciding. Oh, yeah, that too. Bastion knows now, so it might be harder for someone else to break a triangle.
Makes what you're doing make more sense than it would have otherwise.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I've only rolled 13s.
Wow. Incredible.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
All session, baby.
So we're in a sports bass pro right now.
I'd take it. So yeah, we're just in a dome formed out of interlocking triangles.
And you're only covering one of the podiums.
Yeah,
like
just as a heads up. So there are 3 other podium areas that are.
I think he has enough plan was to do the whole thing.
It would be much more structurally sound.
I don't think he has enough. And and it's much more structurally sound to just protect one of them.
Yes,
and it gives something for the others to fight over.
Exactly. I genuinely think it's a better plan overall.
I mean, we don't need 4.
Mist is one of the only people who could carry 4 of them, though. That would be so cool, right?
I mean, we're a powerful group, but I don't think we're powerful enough to fight everyone for the entire time.
Yeah, but that's why my plan was going to be hold them for just long enough so we can get all 4 and then run away as fast as we can.
Each one of us run in a separate direction and then each get our butts kicked by 2 different teams on our own.
I suppose. Can I make my assess roll now? I was meaning to do that. Yeah.
Yep.
Because then some of this might be answered by.
As I'm forming the triangles behind you.
I'm taking stock of the situation. Hey, there we go.
Let's go.
Okay, so with assess, we got 2 questions, and I get to take +1 while acting on the answers. Okay. What here can I use to get all 4 balls?
I don't.
No, here, let's do it this way. What here can I use?
It does not compute.
What here can I use to get the most points possible?
I think. Well, I mean,
if the answer is still what we decided.
Yeah, I think it's just what you're doing. I think trying to get 2 is probably the safest bet, in my opinion, logistically. I mean, it's difficult because like you're asking a question after the rules have already been told you. So it's like, I can't tell you anything new about the situation.
Yeah, well,
I think that's the best strategy.
Yeah, this is me as a character assessing the situation and trying to find like the best way to go.
Right.
Based on the information I know. So you say we can try to get 2? That's what you said. Do you mean to say 1?
Well, trying to get 2 would be the one you have and 1 more. Right?
Do we have a ball?
Yeah.
You start with
Caleb. Okay, I'll say it last time. There are 4 balls in the center that have not spawned yet, and you guys start with 1.
Oh, okay.
So there are 5 total. 5 total. You start with 1. Mist is holding 1.
I have only heard the number 4 throughout this entire thing, so okay.
So there are 5 balls, which means one more than, I guess, half. I mean, half would be there's 9 teams, right?
Right.
So there's more balls than there are half teams. Because it'd be 4.5.
Yeah.
What's this guy doing over here cheating?
That's what they're doing. I'm just moving people up while we were thinking.
Now that I know that Mist is already holding the ball, it's just I'm much more fine with just going for the one other podium. Wait.
Also, Caleb, I'm going to try and remember to focus ping, but the last session I noticed that the camera for your screen was like just off in nowhere a few times. So I'm going to try to remember to follow the
pinging is great. Yep.
But okay, so so this is the plan, right? And that's part of that superior roll. But now you get a +1 to try and get these two balls out of this area once you get that.
Yep.
Once that one comes up. But now we're going to cut over to left wing.
Well, I guess still have one more question.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. What here's the biggest threat? What here's the greatest danger? Who here's the most vulnerable to me? I'm thinking, how could we best end this quickly? And this is specifically. What here can I use? Palladium's thing. That's a good plan. +1 to trying to take this one and taking 2 balls and leaving. Now my thought is, how could we best end this quickly in terms of what is the best escape route? Like, where do we go to be the most defensible, having to defend 2 balls now, right? And getting there fast and whatnot. How best can we get out of this place quickly to not be a target anymore?
I do have an idea for that. If you,
go ahead. Yeah. Well, the problem is the situation is going to drastically change between now and then in 1 minute. So that answer might be different, right?
Can we just hold on to that then and tell?
Okay, my idea. Well, go ahead, Bastian. You tell your idea, because if you were thinking,
what is the thing made out of, the platform we're on? Is it like earth? Oh, it's metal.
Metal.
What kind of metal?
Non-carbon metal.
So magic metal.
So it's weak metal.
It's magic metal because it's made by architect.
Yeah, I mean, it's also magic metal.
Tony, can you dig through this metal?
Tony,
can you dig a tunnel?
I think the answer to that is so the way that the balls come up, I think that has to be strong enough and secure enough. I think that must be one of the rules, that because this isn't like self-replicating material, right? Well, I guess maybe it could be. I guess architect could be down there like trying to build it back if it gets destroyed. But I think that's against the rules, because if you break the mechanism that's bringing up the new objective,
we're not trying to break. We're not trying to break the mechanism. We're trying to. I want them to dig a tunnel out of here,
but so we can just
like sneak out. So we can sneak out of the tunnel.
No,
that would not be possible. So I'm going to say you guys don't even think about that.
Could we say that the platform is made of palladium? That's a non-metal or non-carbon metal.
Nice.
You know what, Caleb? Yeah, it is. It's made of 100% palladium.
Nice.
How is this guy not the richest person on the planet?
Maybe he is. You don't know.
I know they're temporary, but they only have to last long enough to sell them.
I'm taking a look at what palladium actually.
Yeah, I'm looking how hard it is.
Soft silver. It's a soft silver white metal, so it's
he can so dig through this.
Platinum. It's a low.
But you're literally standing on the platform for the dispenser, so if you can't dig through it without being like disqualified or whatever, if you can't break it, I mean, then I don't know where you would dig, unless it's just a small thing in the whole area you're on. I don't know.
I'm gonna have to switch to the laptop in a couple of minutes, but real quick,
might be tungsten. Tungsten might be a good thing to make this out of.
The metal does not matter of this platform. So I think the plan could be, if you can push Mist in this direction, the plan of escape could be, this is all water, right? Maybe Mist just makes a wave across and carries your team.
I make surfboards for all of us.
Yeah, that could be the plan, right?
Yes, let's go.
So just across the water is what you're saying?
Yeah, that could be the plan.
All right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so left wing.
Yeah.
Sorry. I think when the match starts over here, Flutter takes off, right? And I think she carries maybe Haunting Harmony, and you with her. She just kind of swoops you guys off your feet. And what Bubblegum does is she uses this structure here, this stone piece here, She just like lashes onto it and then just like pulls back, and she can control the bubblegum itself. So she gives herself like a particularly like snap with it, and
breaks her neck.
You guys get there quickly. So go ahead and
what is she doing?
She's slingshotting herself. Yeah, she's slingshotting
into
herself.
Us?
No, towards the center. And then Flutter is carrying you two, and is going to try and help her if she needs to with breaking her fall.
Okay.
But her bubblegum control is incredible. If those buildings had been taller that you dropped her off of, she would have pulled herself in because she can control the bubblegum itself too.
Okay.
So she's really
probably
good at
better if we're flying together, but that's fine.
Well, she's going to get there before you guys for that.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yep.
That's not great. I don't want that.
You can always switch spots with her.
That's true.
I don't want to be there either.
I mean that. So maybe you guys could talk through a different plan. I mean, that's kind of her plan is just get there fast and try and take the ball from them before they know what hit them.
Well, so as we go up, I'm gonna assess the situation as well, if that's all right.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and roll. I'll switch. So it might be like 2 or 3 minutes.
Are you kidding me? How is that even possible? I rolled snake eyes. Oh my gosh. Crazy.
Oh no.
Yikes. So this is your what are you trying to do with this?
Assess the situation.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Where's the moves?
You see nothing.
I actually think I still get to ask a question because of a move I have, but it's kind of.
I just realized that I'm basically naked right now.
In real life, or your person?
Well, both, but no, because I mean, my clothes are used to make this dome.
Your armor, right? I mean, I assumed you were wearing actual clothes underneath, right?
Well, why would my clothes not be carbon-based clothes?
This
is more emergency. It's for an emergency.
Clothes are carbon-based.
I bet you can make carbon-based.
You also have like a hair cape, but not. I don't think you're like. I don't. I think that's pushing it a little too far. It's just unnecessary, and then we have to have you being
carbon-based T-shirt selection. Let's go.
You can make carbon fiber fabric.
I'm just wearing jorts.
Used in high performance gear such as racing suits, aerospace applications, protective clothing. It makes sense that he would have like a sweatsuit underneath.
Power armor suit of it. Right? Or like, why would
I was forced to use my hair in one battle.
That's true. I mean, like, yeah.
And I don't have my hair anymore.
I could see you having one for like, you're gonna die, but I don't know why you would use it for the dome. Anyways,
I'm just standing there in my jorts.
Yeah.
Are you back, Connor?
You look like you look like every main character from an MMO when you haven't gotten anything yet.
Yeah.
It's just very hard to navigate this. I'm still trying to like get into like actual 20.
You're good. I'm vamping for you. That's fine.
Yep. Yeah, I can. I know you are. Yeah, but the big thing was just you were questioning your superior role, right? Like your answer to one of the roles is what you're trying to get, right?
Yeah. So basically, I rolled, I failed, but my move lets me ask a question from this list, anyways.
Oh, that's right.
What's the best way in/past is what I'm asking, in the sense of like getting a ball. I assume the answer is just to hover over them and steal one when one spawns, but I want a +1 when I do it. So
yes, definitely.
Okay. Then, as soon as Bubblegum yeets herself into the stratosphere, I turn to Flutter and I say, just hover over the center as soon as a ball. I mean, I was hoping to take one from the center, but it looks like they've got a dome. I can't teleport without seeing it. We'll have to wait for one to pop up. I'll switch it with the kickball, and then we should just hightail it.
You're saying that to Flutter?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. I think Flutter's like half listening to you. She's not very like
sane.
Yeah.
Great.
So you hear her, or she hears you, right? But she's like, I think it's up in the air, probably up to a roll or like using team to see if she's actually going to like do what you're saying. She's kind of crazy.
I guess. I mean, does she not want to win? I don't. All right, whatever. I'm not gonna roll because I fail, so we'll just take it as it goes.
Okay, yeah. Best way in / past, is just hovering over. So you're gonna get a +1 to using Flutter to like steal everything, basically.
Right. Okay.
And that's definitely like what I had in mind too.
Yeah, I mean, it makes so much sense.
So I'm gonna say you guys are there, right? You guys are flying over there and like are hovering over where the dome is.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm like
the couple things that happen on top of that. Shorty like appears like in front of like on the dome, and like he enlarges, right? And is like, oh man, and then like shortens down and runs back to his team. He's like, I can't do anything.
Right.
I yell, go away, Shorty.
Yeah. Well, you can't see him, can you?
I guess not. I thought about making like a little like slidey like peephole, but then David might be able to steal our balls.
Yeah,
you gotta protect those.
That's why. I mean, you could open and close it at will, right? But that's still a risk. And then so we can have that just for that line. And then if I could see the map, but Roll20 does not want to load on this at all. The next couple of people, I think Emoticon, you see kind of like you guys are there before he is, and Bubblegum like launched herself ahead of you guys and like lands in a bunch of bubble. She like throws down a bunch of bubblegum and like lands in it basically safely.
Yeah. So Connor, where would you say this bubblegum comes from? Like as we're seeing her, where is it secreted again?
It's unclear.
All right.
That's worse.
It means
that's
it's
worse,
coming
Connor.
from somewhere under the clothes.
Don't
we
let
know
me
that
use my imagination. Where is it coming
from?
We can't see it. Okay.
Like you've never. Let's put it this way: you've never not seen it come from her hands, but who knows where it could come from?
She throws it from her hands, but where she got it from is a question. Okay.
No, not that though.
It's coming from the pores of her skin on her hands. We don't know if it could come from the pores of her skin on other parts of her body.
It's like Bakugo secreting.
That's what I assumed, and then you were weird about it, and now it's weird.
I do. Yeah. Well, the fact that you had to ask the question is the only reason I thought about that.
Anywhere with pores, David.
Good to know. All right. All right.
Anywhere.
So, and then
doing anything.
So the bubble.
No. Keep going, please, Connor. Please keep going.
Okay, Bubble Boy has his whole team, including Thunder, in a bubble, and it's kind of slower moving.
Yeah,
but he's like transporting his whole team over there.
How high in the air are they?
So a couple of like housekeeping things. The middle section is basically like a little bit higher than the other rest of the
like a little peak in the middle, basically.
There's like that moat, right?
Okay.
Not a peak, not like a mountain. Like it's just like a little bit elevated. So like the little bridges that are kind of like crossing in the middle are like kind of go up a little bit.
Right. Yeah. So because the struts kind of imply that anyways, it's going up into the center. Yeah.
And so he's probably just like, I don't know, maybe like 25 feet up in the air.
Bummer.
And they came down from they came down from above them, man.
Yeah.
No, they came down from like that platform where that team was coming from. So they're at that level, right? So there's just
all right.
Carrying
well, 25 feet is still like jumping off of a 2.5-story building. So I'm just because I'm sitting here doing nothing, I'm just gonna steal his power. See if any of them get teleported from fall damage.
Yeah. Let me.
Why not?
Big bush. Down mountain.
So cute.
Go ahead and roll. Freak, okay. I think.
Yes, sir. Wait, that's the wrong button I pushed just now. Let's try this one.
Literally can't see it.
Oh gosh, man. I am literally trying as hard as I can to fail right now. It's insane. I don't know what that does. Hold on. What's the partial? It's temporary or whatever.
Yeah, unstable or temporary, or it's either you take a condition, or I tell you how this condition is unstable or temporary.
Oh, all right. Well, I don't want to take a condition, and I don't need it to last a long time. I just want them to fall long enough to hit the ground and see if I can hurt any of them. So like maybe
you're saying temporary is fine. So like you take it from him, it pops, and then he gets it back.
Like, yeah, I just want them to fall. So like maybe they fall out of sight. And so like after they hit the ground, I can't I can hold on to it. Yeah. My plan was just to let go of it immediately anyways. Like I'm sure more important things will happen. I just wanted to see if I could eliminate some people early.
Yeah, if I can you tell me who is on his team? I can't remember.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. I'm looking for where they spawned. Where are you, Bubble Boy? Here he is. It is Mirror Girl, the girl with what is that?
The two race girl.
What is the thing? The Yin Yang, that girl, and Thunder and Bubble Boy.
Yeah, they okay, yep. They land out of sight, right? But you don't see what happens.
Oh, okay. Let's say I don't think any of them have an ability to stop that, right? Except for Mirror Girl, if there's. It doesn't matter. All right, then I give it back, and now I'm focused again, just waiting for something to happen. Really. Oh, and I guess I turned to Flutter. How high are we above this thing?
In the anime version, we get a flashback at some point as to how they're all fine, but we don't see it right now.
Sure. Mm-hmm. How high are we above the dome?
Above the dome. Flutter probably 50 feet plus, just kind of like high.
Yeah. I guess I turn to Hunting Harmony. How strong is what's her name? Willow.
Correct.
How strong is Willow's hands? Can she break through that rock?
Yeah, I think
Hunting Harmony.
Like, yeah, what?
I'm just saying that to Hunting Harmony in character.
Yeah. She's like, I don't know, Willow. What do you think? And Willow's like, I don't know. That might be difficult for me, but I can give it a try.
I am the strongest person in the class.
Can you like cut with it, or is it just impacts? Are they like, can you make your ghost hands thinner and like saw into it? If we just punch it, it's probably not going to work.
I think Hunting Harmony looks at you like you're crazy. Like, why? And she's like, why would
Look, I don't know the first thing
become a saw
about how ghosts work. Okay.
Yeah. I think she's just confused. I think let's put it this way: mechanically, you get nowhere here unless you make a roll.
Right. I'm just trying to see if there was a way to get through the dome, but I don't think there is narratively. So in that case, I turned out the Flutter. I'm like, take us up as high as you can. As long as I can see the pedestal, I can swap, and I don't want to get caught in the crossfire.
Take you up higher, you mean?
Yeah. If we can't get through the dome, that means you have to wait. And if we're going to wait, I don't want to be in the middle of 9 teams attacking each other.
Yeah. So you wait and you see chaos ensue.
Yeah.
Okay. A whole bunch of teams start converging. Let me see. This is going to be difficult to move. Caleb,
it's like the beginning of Hunger Games. Everyone's just blowing up and falling to be. No, I'm kidding.
Yes, that is. Well, they're not dying.
Not literally, yeah.
Like that. But I suppose it's possible that some people are dropping, but there's too much going on so for it to like be said or matter.
Sure.
Right? A whole bunch of stuff just starts happening. Caleb, will you help me on the bottom side, moving some of these like the groups of characters closer towards the center? Mm-hmm. It just takes me like an hour to do one.
It saddens me that you don't trust me to move stuff.
You just can't
control that. I'd have to. I'd have GM permissions, I think, or change things. Maybe I don't know.
You'd either have to give every single individual character to all of us, which would take forever, or he can make us all GMs, and then we can see all the stuff he wants to hide. So none of those are good answers.
There you go. They're all surrounding us now.
Jared did touch the things that he could. He changed the things.
The little power I do have.
Gosh dang.
You can move Left Wing's team towards like the middle because he's just above everybody. And then a couple of things are going to happen. First of all,
We don't have to roll anything to keep our dome intact, right? Everything's just totally fine. It's impregnable.
Yeah, I got a 13.
A bunch of things are going to be bombarding it. One of those things is laser pointers.
I was going to say laser. I was waiting for that.
And,
so do we see a laser like go through it, and then like we all look and he's like, he could have killed us.
Yes. Yeah. I think you see a laser. I think it just like chops off like the top of the pyramid, right?
The
top of the triangle.
The ball.
It's not
just
immediately. It's not a pyramid.
What happened? Sorry.
Okay.
I missed something. I thought.
Go ahead. What structure is it?
It's a circular dome made out of triangles.
He said it's not a pyramid.
Yeah.
The structure of the dome is made out of interlocking triangles, but
it's a dome. Not that that changes anything. It's just now it's missing a.
Well, I mean, engineering wise, it changes a lot.
Well, sure, but what I mean is he's slicing the roof off, right? That's what you're saying.
Yeah. Slices the roof off so the roof just, like falls in.
I don't know if it would though. Right, here's the question: if he just slices it like horizontally, it
doesn't angle at all. It could slide.
Yeah, I guess he could do that.
Oh, yes.
I would expect him to cut a hole into it like a door because he can't fly, right?
Yeah, that is a great question. No, who can fly?
No, he can't fly. That's my point. Just cutting the ceiling off doesn't really help him very much.
Yeah, he's not a very bright guy. Oh. Yeah, that's what he does.
Well, man, beer's on me. I'm gonna steal the ball now.
He opens it up, and but Jared, you can respond with I think it would be Savior to see if you protect the roof or not.
Yeah,
from like being caved in or like what happens.
The laser's about to hit us, and then I roll.
Well, you wouldn't know the laser's coming. I think the idea is that the ceiling is sliding off, and you're fixing it, right?
Okay.
Yeah, he lasers off the roof of your dome, and then it's you responding. Are you like, can you repair it, or does it fall on you? Basically, is what.
So Savior.
Yeah.
Defend.
Help me.
Could he not roll freak if he wanted to? Jeez, never mind.
I don't. My Savior's higher than freak.
Oh, never mind then.
Yeah, sweet. Defend does say when you defend someone or something from an immediate threat.
I mean, I'm defending us, so
yeah, either one makes sense.
I reform the dome and I try to do it in a way that like would like
prevents that happening.
You make a bunch of different layers spaced out from one another.
It disperses the laser instead of letting it just like cut through. Like kind of like
you make layers.
Yeah.
So it has to cut through a layer and then the next layer and then the next layer.
Yeah. Okay, so you do that, and then I think we cut over to this team, right? Let me focus ping them.
Yeah, I'd like to think that like Bastion, you do that, right? Like you tighten the structure and make it like much more sturdy as it starts to cave in slightly, and then we're all just waiting there, like, all right, like.
I need to get some geometry. Or Bastion says, I need to get some geometry lessons from Quill Girl.
Yeah.
I mean, Ice Blade would be good with angles.
True. So that happens, then we cut over to that team, but like Shorty's team, right?
Sure.
And Pocket Arsenal, I think Shorty and Shinobi, a Soulbound Shinobi and Laser Pointer are like, yeah, we showed them. And then Pocket Arsenal's like, wouldn't it make more sense to just like fire a laser off in the middle and just take them all out? But I think they're all like, yeah, like celebrating like over him, and like nobody's listening to him. He's like, I
don't know what that accomplished.
Then we cut over to Emoticon and his group, and everybody is grabbing on to a different limb of Emoticon, and he's flying. And I think like the little like kind of like tower sections on the outside ring, Emoticon brings Alchemist. Let me bring her up if I can. Brings Alchemist over that like tower area and drops her down, and she puts in this a ball into her slingshot, and you see some like glowing from the ball as she's like holding onto it, and she fires it, and it explodes on contact.
Nice. That's intense.
So go ahead and roll again for defending this dome.
Right. So the idea is that lasers are not going to do much to Bastion's thing now because he's defended against that pretty well. But then there's a different thing that he has to.
This is just explosion.
Yeah. Well, really, this is just the odds are stacked against you here. Everybody is going after you because you guys decided to stay in the center.
Oh, so no, I'm just curious about the mechanism of her attack. It's just an explosion.
Yes.
Okay.
What? We'll get there. We'll get there as to what exactly is causing this explosion.
No.
David likely remembers.
Is 9 a full success or is 10 a full success?
10 is
a full success. So on a 7 and 9 with defend, it costs you exposure. Hey, Jared, by the way, you got a full success on defend earlier. You get to add a team to the pool, take influence over someone you protect, or clear a condition.
Wait a minute. I've gotten full successes on.
This is just for defend. Have you rolled defend multiple times?
Yeah, I rolled it earlier.
Did you get a full hit?
Yeah. On
that was for the class move, I think, right?
That's a different thing.
I had a
this last kapow roll. You can choose. You can choose one of those things. Sorry, I completely forgot about that.
Add a team to the pool. Take influence over someone you protect, or clear a condition.
Maybe
do you think I should clear? I have 2 conditions. Should I either clear a condition or do a team pool and then just spend 2 to succeed?
Oh, that's one way of doing it.
I think we'll do that.
Sure.
Well, then that's another full hit, and then I get another one.
Yep.
Does it increases your bonus? Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll do that.
Who's helping you and how?
Caleb can help whoever he wants, and I think Mist kind of just like wets the carbon so it doesn't get as hot.
I'd like to think that like Bastion, you put like pores in the carbon for a moment, and she just pushes out, and then suddenly it's like coated in wetness, and then you solidify the pores again.
Yeah, actually, mist and like rain and stuff is strong enough that it would supposedly like render weaponized lasers ineffective. So she's actually a pretty good counter to lasers.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, yeah. So the full hit again, and then
I'm going to use that hit to use the new full hit to clear guilty.
Okay. Yep.
And then we still have 2 teams.
You still have 2 teams.
Yeah.
Caleb, would you mind removing the team from your side, or can somebody do
Sure.
that?
Yeah, I can do it.
Dude, Savior's
whichever.
Yeah,
probably the top is your guys's, and left wings is the bottom 3.
Yep. So we have 2 now, right?
Yep. Okay, so then I think Alchemist is like, get me closer, and everybody kind of like grabs onto Emoticon again, and he's like flying over there, and I think all the teams are just closing in, and I think as soon as that happens, all 4 of the other balls emerge.
Nice.
Bioelastic over here like makes a plastic bridge of his own. Well, I guess maybe not. Yeah, he's probably just uses the actual bridge. Makes more sense. And everybody's there, right? Everybody kind of reaches the platform. And one thing happens next is Bubble Boy puts his entire team, except for Thunder, in the dome, or in a bubble, a protective bubble. And then Thunder's hands start glowing. And I think that's where we're going to cliffhanger.
Nice.
So, like everybody else's teams are like on the center platform, and then Thunder is about to let loose.
Nice.
Very good. Well, good game, everyone. We're all dead.
I mean, I'm fine.
That's true. Yeah, this is definitely how superhero anime do this, where it's like that. There's never really a full episode of like just the arc. It's always like, oh, we're halfway through it. Oh, you got to come back next time, and we'll find out what happens. Yep. All right, cool. There you go.
I think it's more fun that way, to be honest. And I loved the rescue class stuff that we got. That was all good too.
No, that was good. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome.
Okay, yeah, we can do a quick after show and then.
Sounds good.
Yeah. I anticipate this phase obviously ending at the next during the next episode. So.
This is great because I knew this was going to happen. I can immediately affirm my hero identity and go back to +3 savior, and no harm, no foul. It'll be great. All right, there you go. That's been Heroes in Training. We'll do an after show. Adios.